Have you ever asked yourself if the things you use every single day might be silently damaging your health? Could your frying pan, the candle you light in the evening, or even the receipt you grab at the supermarket carry invisible risks? The World Health Organization has repeatedly warned that chemicals known as endocrine disruptors are contributing to a global rise in obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even certain cancers. These compounds interfere with the body's hormonal system in subtle but powerful ways, often with long-term consequences that are easy to overlook. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and join our Telegram community, where you'll get early access to new videos and insights on health, personal growth, and conscious living. Now let's get started. The dangers often begin with the items we handle without a second thought. Plastic food containers, for example, are nearly unavoidable in modern kitchens. Even when marketed as BPA-free, these products often contain alternative bisphenols and phthalates. When heated in a microwave or when filled with hot meals, they release these compounds into the food. Once inside the body, they mimic estrogen, disrupt metabolism, and contribute to the accumulation of visceral fat, the most dangerous type, closely linked to diabetes and heart disease. A study in Environmental Health Perspectives found that people with high levels of phthalates had almost double the risk of developing metabolic syndrome compared to those with low levels. Receipts printed on thermal paper are another hidden source of exposure. They are commonly coated with bisphenol A, BPA, which transfers through the skin in a matter of seconds. Repeated contact builds up in the body and has been associated with high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. Simple steps, such as requesting digital receipts or washing your hands after handling them, can significantly reduce exposure. Even something as familiar as soap has carried hidden risks. For decades, antibacterial soaps were advertised as superior to regular ones, but many contain triclosan, a chemical shown to disrupt thyroid hormones, affect the immune system, and even alter heart rhythm. The FDA banned triclosan in household soaps in 2016 after studies revealed it was no more effective than plain soap and water. Still, its long presence in homes is a reminder that not everything marketed as safe truly is. Taken together, plastics, receipts, and soaps illustrate a crucial point. The items we touch daily may seem harmless, but they can quietly shape our long-term health. If touch is one pathway, then air is another, perhaps even more direct. Many people associate the scent of an air freshener with cleanliness, but that fresh smell often comes from phthalates and other volatile organic compounds. These chemicals are inhaled into the lungs and pass swiftly into the bloodstream, where they can contribute to asthma, chronic inflammation, and metabolic problems. A 2015 review in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health concluded that long-term exposure to household air fresheners could aggravate respiratory disease and metabolic disorders. Candles, too, can pose hidden risks. Most commercial candles are made from paraffin wax, a petroleum byproduct. When burned, paraffin releases benzene, toluene, and formaldehyde, substances recognized as harmful to cardiovascular and respiratory health. The American Lung Association has cautioned against frequent use of paraffin candles in enclosed spaces, warning that the pollutants they emit can be just as harmful indoors as outdoor smog. What makes this particularly concerning is that we breathe these compounds unconsciously, often at night while we sleep or when relaxing at home. Fortunately, there are healthier alternatives. Ventilating rooms by opening windows, using indoor plants such as the snake plant or peace lily to absorb pollutants, and choosing candles made of beeswax or soy. Breathing clean air is not a luxury. It is a daily necessity for long-term health. Not all dangers come from chemicals. Sometimes devices meant to help us can become silent threats if neglected. The household humidifier is one such example. In winter, It can ease dry air and protect the respiratory system. But without proper care, the stagnant water inside becomes a breeding ground for Legionella bacteria and molds like Aspergillus. Once the machine is turned on, these microorganisms are dispersed into the air and can reach deep into the lungs. For healthy individuals, this may cause irritation. For those with heart or respiratory conditions, it can trigger serious infections or worsen existing disease. Regular cleaning with vinegar, changing the water daily and drying the tank when not in use, transforms the humidifier back into a health ally rather than a hazard. Another overlooked danger comes from freshly pressed clothes at the dry cleaner. The solvent most commonly used in dry cleaning, perchloroethylene, PERC, is classified by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency as a probable human carcinogen. Studies have linked long-term exposure to liver and kidney damage, neurological disorders, and an increased risk of Parkinson's disease. Because the solvent can cling to fabric fibers, clothes brought home from the cleaner can release vapors into your living space. A simple precaution is to remove the plastic wrapping immediately and let garments air outdoors for several hours before placing them in your closet. Both humidifiers and dry cleaning serve as reminders that even items associated with comfort and cleanliness can backfire if we are not attentive to how they are maintained or treated. Perhaps the most concerning household danger is found in the kitchen, at the very heart of daily life. Non-stick cookware, often coated with Teflon or similar compounds, is prized for convenience. But when these pans are overheated or scratched, they release PFAS, pure and polyfluoroalkyl substances, often called forever chemicals, because they remain in the environment and the human body for decades. Research published in Environmental Science and Technology Letters in 2020 revealed widespread PFAS contamination in human blood samples across the globe, including in children and adolescents. These compounds are linked to thyroid disorders, liver damage, developmental issues, and several cancers, including pancreatic cancer. They are also associated with impaired immune response, making people more vulnerable to infections. The good news is that safer alternatives exist. Stainless steel, cast iron, and ceramic cookware may require a slight adjustment in cooking habits, but they eliminate the risk of releasing harmful forever chemicals into your food. Considering the long-term persistence of PFAS in the body, replacing non-stick cookware is one of the most impactful changes a household can make. Before we go on, if this video is opening your eyes to hidden dangers at home, consider sharing it with someone who should know about this too. And if you'd like to support this kind of in-depth content, you can click the thanks button below. Your support really makes a difference. Now let's continue. What unites all these risks? Plastics, soaps, receipts, scented products, dry cleaning solvents, humidifiers, and cookware is that they are ordinary. They sit quietly in our kitchens, bedrooms, and closets, woven into daily life so deeply that we barely notice them. But awareness is powerful. Once we recognize the risks, we can take action. Ventilating rooms, replacing non-stick pans, washing hands after handling receipts, cleaning devices regularly, and choosing natural over synthetic products. It's not about living in fear. Fear paralyzes, but awareness empowers. Small, deliberate changes in our environment can dramatically reduce long-term risks and support a healthier future. Prevention does not always require major sacrifices. It begins with paying attention, questioning assumptions, and making conscious choices. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 8 dangers surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what changes you're ready to make in your own home. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Mental Dose for more insights on health, mindset, and conscious living. Together we can create safer homes, stronger communities, and healthier lives.